Ladies and gentlemen, cast your eyes to the center ring as we go to the circus with the cast of The Greatest Showman, next on Fat Guy on Film. Hello everybody and welcome back to Fat Guy on Film. I am your host David Heumann, and today we're going to be discussing the movie The Greatest Showman. This movie stars Hugh Jackman, Michelle Williams, Zac Efron, Zendaya, and Keala Settle. I hope I said her name right. Please don't hunt me down and kill me. That would suck. Anyway, this movie follows Hugh Jackman's character, P.T. Barnum, from a humble tailor's apprentice to his father to becoming the greatest showman. It also follows his desire to be seen as legitimate in the New York high society. Now, what did I think of this movie? What did I think of this movie? Well, I think if you're bored on a Saturday and you have nothing else to do, yeah, you got a couple hours to kill, go see The Greatest Showman. Psych. I actually loved this movie. This movie was fantastic, and there was a lot of things about it that really kind of shocked me. For one, the director, Michael Gacy, this is his first movie ever. His only other credits on IMDb show that he just did a short film. The next movie that he's doing is currently in pre-production. Holy cow, he has really set the bar high for himself going forward to any other project that he might have. Walking into this movie is like kind of walking into a Broadway play. A lot of the changes in scenery and the changes in scenes look very much like a transition that they would do on a Broadway play. The other thing that I want to kind of express here is that I am not a musical guy. This is a musical. It's just not normally my thing to go see a musical or a Broadway play. But I was pleasantly surprised at seeing this movie and seeing just how well it was done, and kind of, again, like going to a stage play, to being totally enveloped into this story. I thought that was really, really remarkable. Now, as normal, I want to warn you, we are now going into spoiler territory. So please, at this point, if you want to watch the movie before you watch this review, please stop the review now or continue at your own risk. That is completely up to you, because now we are going into spoiler territory. Some of the things that I loved about this movie. First off, it being a musical, me not being a musical guy, I was pleasantly surprised at the soundtrack. This soundtrack is amazing. A lot of the songs I just can't seem to get out of my head. It's a magnificent score. I highly recommend listening to it if you haven't. It's just beautiful. These songs, to not totally sound cheesy, these songs will make your soul soar. It's the other thing I loved about this movie. This movie embodies pure joy. P.T. Barnum, for those of you that did not know, kind of started off with the freak shows, kind of started off with unusual oddities and things that people hadn't seen before. And so he would invite people in to look at these things that may not have been the norm. As a result, a lot of the things like the Fiji mermaid that he displayed for quite a while were less than genuine. A lot of the things that he shared were fakes, hokum, humbugs, if you will. And someone calls him on that at one point in the movie. They tell him that,
"Does it bother you that everything you're selling is fake?"
And P.T. Barnum replies with,
"Did these smiles seem fake?"
He knew that he was not totally selling a genuine product, but he knew that people were delighted by that. Like coming to see a magician. We know that they're not really anything mystical about them, except for you, David Copperfield. I think you're the devil's child. But we go because we want to be entertained, and he understood that aspect. If you want to go and you want to be entertained, this is the movie that you want to go and see. So the music is just absolutely amazing. Some of the standouts for me, as far as the soundtrack goes, in case you want to go and give them a listen, are all available here on YouTube. The songs for me that just really, really stand out. This Is Me, a song that's sung by Keala Settle, who plays the bearded lady in the circus. Does this beautiful job. And it's kind of, if anybody has ever felt kind of apart from society, felt unaccepted, felt less than wanted at some point in your life, this song, This Is Me, is an anthem for that. It is a beautiful song about acceptance, a beautiful song about just, hey, this is who I am, and I am lovable, I am worthwhile. Beautiful message in the song. I also loved Rewrite the Stars. I love Never Enough. You know, For Now On. Really, the whole soundtrack is on point. Just give it a listen. It's just, all the music is beautiful. So get the soundtrack. Other things I loved about it, the cast gels so well together. They really create magic. Zendaya, which she plays a trapeze artist in this movie, little did I know, she did all of her trapeze stunts in the movie. Very, very remarkable. Zac Efron, it's just wonderful. It's awesome. I was also very, very surprised that I did not know that Michelle Williams sang. She sang all of the stuff that she sang in the movie. Beautiful, beautiful voice. Now, one thing I did find that was a little bit funny was Rebecca Ferguson, who plays Jenny Lind, who at that time is one of the greatest singers on the planet that P.T. Barnum takes on tour to kind of get validation from these high society folks in New York. Rebecca Ferguson, who plays a singer in the movie, did not do her own singing, which I thought was kind of interesting, kind of funny. And I did kind of research that a little bit, and there is a reason why. The logic was that because she was the best singer, that someone should dub her voice. Rebecca Ferguson apparently does have a pretty good singing voice, can hold a tune, and by all accounts does have a beautiful voice, but they just thought that they should bring in somebody that was just a little better to kind of cover all of her singing. Now, a couple things that I did not like, actually only one thing about this movie that I really didn't care for, but it wasn't like a huge complaint. It's really like that big of a complaint. Computer generated effects for the most part, especially on Tom Thumb, and there's a couple lines at the beginning of the movie, and I think they make a reappearance at the end, that are very obvious CG. And that kind of, just for a moment, was kind of like, oh, okay, that's a computer generated effect. But other than that, this movie it's wonderful. If you want to just go see something to be entertained, something to just shut your brain off and forget about your troubles from life for a while, this is the movie to do that. Beautifully done. The music is amazing. And I think at the end of the day, this is why movies are made. To just embody pure joy and to bring happiness unto the people. P.T. Barnum said, and this quote is shown at the very end before the credits flow, that the noblest art is that of making others happy. And this movie does make others happy, other than the flaws. And they're minor. They're super, super minor. This movie is just wonderful. And I hope that, you know, it wins some Oscars, because it is just a very magical movie. So, do I recommend it? Obviously, yes, I do. I would, if you haven't seen it yet, I would go out and see it. And if you have seen it, you know, if you're going to see a movie twice, make this the one that you're going to go see twice. As always, thank you for tuning in. And if you like what you saw, please like and subscribe to this channel so I can keep bringing these reviews to you. And if there's something you want me to review, if there's something you'd like me to see, and it doesn't have to be in the theaters, if there's a Blu-ray that you're kind of interested in that you'd like to know about, just let me know down in the comments below, and I will do the best I can to watch it and do a review on it. Now, come back to our next episode as we hop a train into Chicago with Liam Neeson in the movie Commuter. And as always, everybody, stay out there, be happy, and stay hungry.